Hey guys, Ralph here. Welcome to True Power. The sugar rules, baby. The sugar rules. Life's good. Life's good. Not even 8 o'clock yet. I've already got 35 miles in on the bike. Stationary bike right over that's my right shoulder. Did some, and then I got out, bundled up, and got out and did some more. It's low 40s. It's usually a little cool for me, but I wanted to get out. Fresh air, man, vitamin. Love it, love it, love it. Anyway, you saw the thumbnail. Sick, depressed, and drug addicted. Guys, that is the world we live in. That is the world we live in. Now, I'm using Jordan Peterson. I like the guy. I think he's very, very bright. I think he has some very, very good things. I think he's good for the planet. I really and truly admire him in many ways. But man, you talk about sick, depressed, and drug addicted. Oh my God, we'll get to that in a minute. But guys, this is the way throughout history to control a society. Keep them sick, keep them depressed, keep them drug addicted, and keep them dependent on the drugs that you control. It just is. It's better than an atomic bomb. Guys, COVID and all that sort of stuff, you saw it in real time, man. But anyway, get Jordan Peterson. I mean, look, again, I have nothing against him. He's been in rehab twice for drug addiction. All he eats is meat and vegetables. And he thinks that is the greatest diet ever. But he drinks, again, I'm not making this up. These are his words. He drinks as many as 20 cups of coffee a day or more. Okay? 20 cups of coffee a day or more. He is still on antipsychotic pills from his stays in rehab. Whatever that entails. Zoloft, I don't know. Guys, this is not a healthy man. He claims that he grew his hair back on a carnivore diet. Now, that's just a freaking lie because his hair was down to nothing on the same diet. And then he comes back with hair plugs and he tries. So, I mean, how in the world can we believe any other thing this guy says? I'd love to believe everything he says. I would. But he's lying. He's absolutely lying. And if anybody is going to take health tips from Jordan Peterson, I mean, come on, he's an absolute mess. His daughter on the same diet is an absolute mess. Now, I know all you trolls. I know about his autoimmune disease and all this sort of stuff. And he's convinced himself that it's the carnivore diet is the only way. No, it's the drugs that are keeping him stable. It's not meat. It's just plain not. Now, I am not a medical doctor. I'm not claiming to know any anything about his personal medical history. I'm not. And as I said, I think he's basically a very good man. Extremely smart and has and the world needs him. But he's got to shut up. Him and Peter Attia. I mean, that's another video. But you talk about the dumb and dumber, the blind leading the blind. They have no idea what they're talking about. And this fat, pudgy guy, Peter Attia, with no hair, and this Jordan Peterson, a drug addict, are telling us how to look. Guys, what are we supposed to do? What in the world are we supposed to do? Normal people don't know what they see. Joe, well, he knows what he's talking about. I'll try the code word. It's ruining lives. And I have a big problem with that. Yes, I do. I really do. With that said, we are a society of sick, depressed, drug-addicted people. Okay? How many people in this society, no way to know, I'm going to say at least 75% of them, can't go through the day, well, we're counting kids, let's go 50%. 50% of them can't go through a day without coffee. That's a drug addict. How many of them can't go through a day without smoking some sort of a cigar or a cigarette? It's a drug addict. How many of them can't go through a day without even a glass of wine with no booze? Okay, just take those three. Booze, nicotine, and caffeine. You just take those out of the equation, and if you just take them away from somebody on Monday, they're having withdrawal symptoms on Tuesday. They just are. They might be mild depending on how much you use them, but they are. But we're a society of drug addicts. Okay? Now, we've also got legal, dispensed drug addicts from the pharmaceutical company, Ozempic, all this crap. Guys, you listen to any of these advertisements for any of these drugs, you listen to the side effects. And the notion that these things are legal is beyond belief. Okay? Ask Jordan Peterson. He can't get through a day without his drugs. He's a drug addict. He's a drug addict. He's a functional one. It's not like he's in some alley somewhere, shooting up heroin or something. No, but he can't get through a day without his drugs. I talked about Andrew Tate. I talked about, Oprah in different way, shape, or form. Guys, and it doesn't have to be this way. 70% of the society has some form of high blood pressure. You think about that. Close to 40% have some sort of diabetes, either pre-diabetes, type 1 diabetes, or type 2 diabetes. They are all controlled by medication. Drug addicts. Now, maybe they're shaking and going into withdrawal symptoms because you don't have your insulin, but you can't live without the drug. Now, guys, type 2 diabetes and pre-diabetes, you can live without them. You can get rid of it. Cure it. Gone. Finito. You can if you want. Most people don't want to. Okay? Heart disease. The biggest killer in the world. What do you do for it? Medication. Doesn't have to be. Get the fat out of your diet, it goes away. I mean, it goes away. It disappears. It's not like, we have to, the medication the rest of our life. Unless you have done irreparable damage to your heart or your pancreas in case of the diabetes, whatever, which is possible. But if those two organs are working right, you can get rid of it. That's heart disease, hypertension, and type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, gone. Get a copy of the Sugar Rules. Is this it? Yes, it is. It will be gone. Diabetics, you have to be a little careful at the beginning because you have to get the fat out of your system. I've done many videos on that before you start overloading it with the sugar, the good stuff. But that doesn't take long. 10 days, 2 weeks. Go mostly on vegetables. Then you gradually wean yourself back up to the full Sugar Rules diet. And the world is yours, Chico, and everything in it. Sick, depressed, and drug addicted. Not me, bud. I'm not living like that. Refuse. I hope you do too. If you have any questions whatsoever, get in touch with me at the email at the end of all my videos. I'll answer questions. Okay, we can set up a consultation, or $10, I'll just send you a copy of the Sugar Rules. All right. New Year's is coming. Hop on the Sugar Rules train. Love you all, guys.